Welcome to the Happy Humanoid's Perspective, where your beliefs are challenged, thoughts provoked, and where you may find your happy place whether you like it or not.
And here are your hosts, Edith and Miles.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Well, you'll find your happy place whether you like it or not. Welcome to our show, everyone. My name is Miles Keever. I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, and I'm joined here with my lovely partner in crime and wife and partner. And
yeah, have we been partner in crime in a past life? I wonder.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, my name is Edith Paul, and I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator as well. Welcome, everyone, to our show, our 56th show.
56. Are you being the mini me and creating your tiny, tiny life?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, being me. It's interesting because in Access, we learn to become who we truly be. Because we lost it, we forgot who we were in Access, and the tools of Access is more like to remember or to recall who we truly be. And if you find yourself in a life where you find like you perceive as if you function from smaller than you are, or that it's not the life that you know that is possible for you,
yeah,
maybe it's because there's something behind that. Right? Maybe there's like something in the background or something, that you continue to function from. And today we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna, discuss about whatever it can be. There can create this tiny, tiny life and this mini me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's like almost like there's this hidden kind of programming that we have going on within us that we don't even acknowledge or don't even recognize that it's actually running our life, and that we're creating the life based on the programming that we've adopted and made real, and various other things. So we're going to look into that and see really what keeps, or some aspects of what keeps us from creating having the great life that we desire, whether we think we don't deserve it or whatever that is, or it's just out of our reach or whatever. So I'm going to get into that now and see what's there for us. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that Edith and I, we've been talking about recently is the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections and conclusions that we have that are running our life. And it's interesting to become aware of those, what those are, and how to clear those. So it's like one of the things about, I was reading from Gary the other day about, he's talking about projections and expectations. If we have projections and expectations of somebody else, and let's just say if you feel like there's projections or expectations projected on you, how that sort of changes the choices that we make with our life. How does that direct the way in which we choose for ourselves? And what I want to say is that we have those within ourselves. We have our own projections about ourselves. We have our own expectations about ourselves, and the separations and judgments and conclusions and rejections. But mainly I want to talk about the projections and expectations that I have of myself that are keeping me from choosing something greater. Because if I'm fighting myself to, I have these ideas about I need to have these expectations about what I am, or these projections of how I should be doing my life, if I'm creating my life based on these expectations and projections of who I think I should be, there's this ongoing battle. So the challenge for me is going to be, how do I proceed in my life with that voice, maybe a loud voice that's telling me what's expected of me, or what's that I should be projecting? What is it that is there? So it's like there's this battle of I'm not choosing for me because I have these other expectations or whatever that is, and it doesn't allow me to have freedom to choose for me. So everywhere that we've bought into the projections or expectations of someone else, of us, or more to the source of, not source, but more true, I would say, of ourselves, that are keeping us from having the great life, the easy life, or the life of ease, joy, and glory that we could be choosing. And everything that doesn't allow us to become aware of what these are and clear those, will you please destroy and uncreate all those times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good, bad, POD, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. And I said at the beginning, for us to remember or to recall ourselves, is it about remember or recalling, or is it about discovering?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Yeah, I think it's more like that, because with access, we learn to live our life 10-second increment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. One of the thing, if we live our life from the tiny, from the mini me,
Mm-hmm.
and create a tiny life, it's because we don't live in the 10-second increment.
Mm-hmm.
I have an example. I was listening to you, and for many years, I was functioning from the thought, I'm not able to do this. So every time I had something new, I had to, because I thought that I was unable to do something, all the efforts that I had to put on place, and sometimes all the way that I could follow it was, instead of just doing things like now, it's about asking questions with the functioning from the conscious way, from awareness, is about following the likeness and all that.
Mm.
And when I asked the question, does it belong to me?
Mm-hmm.
It was not mine. For years, I've been living my life from the thought that it was my mom thought when I was a child. And that's the thing, we're so aware. Everyone is, you're so aware
Mm-hmm.
that we can hear people's thoughts. We are in the presence of their thoughts, their feeling, their emotion. And because we feel it, we believe it's ours. So that's why the question, does it belong to me? Is it mine? Or am I perceiving the thoughts, feeling, or emotion of someone else?
Mm-hmm.
Will come out of that. And every time we ask this question, and when it's not ours, we return to sender with consciousness attached, we have access to so much more of us. Because if we function from a mini-me or the tiny, and we create this tiny life, it's because we function from unconsciousness. Mm-hmm. We function from points of view that are not that don't reflect who we truly be. So how many projection, expectation are you functioning from that are not yours? So everything that is, will you return them all to sender with consciousness attached?
Right, wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all in shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, it's often, for me, it's like how they say the squeaky wheel gets the grease or whatever. It's like the one that stands out. The loudest sort of voice in the group has the attention. And how much of the projections and expectations that we've bought that are ours, like you were saying, Edith, that we listen to, that we've believed in, or someone, as a kid, we have these expectations that were put on us and projections about how we should be, the type of person that we should be, how we should function, the way that we should be learning based on this reality. Those are all expectations and projections from our parents or the peers of our life when we were young. And how much of that is carried forward into this life now, that where we're sort of second guessing or listening to that loud voice or that squeaky wheel or that one that's got our attention, that we feel obligated or somehow like bought into this oath, vows, swearings, fealties, or communities that that's real and true. And what if it's not? What if it's just so much of a thread of this reality that's what we hold on to as though it's real, and that's what we hang on to create our life. Because the most of the building blocks, most of the things that we create our life from are from the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections that we have. These are the tools of this reality. This is how we move forward. So-called move forward, or how we make choices, is based on the judgment of something being the right choice, or the wrong choice, avoiding the wrong choice, or not doing that. It's like not choosing for us, but avoiding based on like rejecting something and choosing something to like opposing of that. So it's so much of that thread of the projections that we've bought into that are keeping us from really choosing for us now. So all of the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections that are creating the crap life that we are choosing, will you please destroy and uncurl that times a godzillion?
Yes, right and wrong, good, bad, POD, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. When someone offers you a project, offers you a proposition, offers you an offer, like to go dinner.
Ice cream cone.
Yeah, I could do that. In which universe do you go? In which universe do you go? Do you go into the I have to, the obligation? Is it okay? What would I create? Where do you go? Is it about asking questions about what it will create in your life? Or is it about, okay, is it good or bad? Is it, right or wrong? Where do you go? Do you have some kind of point of reference that you make reference to? And you choose from there instead of asking questions and receive the awareness of the moment at the 10-second increment, as I said before. So where do you go? So do you function from the thoughts, the feeling, the emotion of the past, the points of view of the past when someone proposes you something? Or do you ask questions for now, in the moment, to see what it is? Because when you go back there in the past, you go either in the conclusion, you go look in your point of view, your points of reference. The conclusion, as you said, the projection, expectation, separation, the judgment, the rejection, conclusion. So when you go there, when you go into that space and you choose from there, guess what? You will always create the same thing again and again and again. So you will continue to be in the mini-me, and you continue to create this tiny, tiny life. Because this is what it creates when we function from the PEX Junior, that we call them PESC Junior. Projection, expectation, separation, conclusion, judgment, and I was about saying respiration. It's rejection.
Respiration. Sometimes you need to take a breath in to get through that, right?
Yeah. So when you function from that, you will continue to keep yourself small, and you continue to create this tiny life, and nothing will change in your life if you continue to function this way. If you desire to function, to create something different, if you desire to be who you truly be, it's not by going back and to have that kind of world of reference. Okay, so all the PESC Junior that you are using to where you make reference to when you have to choose something, and and create and destroy it all times a gazillion.
Right and wrong, and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Do you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Great. Yeah, I think I have a tendency to like go back to my old patterns, like my, it's like an automatic response, like auto responder of like when I have, like I mentioned this before, like in the past, my natural response was no to something. It was no. And I think that was sort of my putting up a barrier or putting a separation between what was proposed to me and having time to like look at it. Instead of like asking a question, I would go into like, no, I don't think so. And then I would like have time to reflect maybe and then think about, okay, well, really what would that create for myself? And I've gotten more into like asking the question. And there is that tendency. I think it is about learning to use the questions and to let go of the separation or the judgment of whatever that is, or rejecting something. Someone's offering an idea or proposal of some kind. Instead of like going right into the automatic response of no or no thanks or whatever it is, like asking a question and going to that space of, okay, what would that create for myself? And yeah, and like I said, I think it's just getting, and not beating yourself up about not getting it right or not whatever, because you'll have the awareness of what that creates. Like for years, I came from the no man, like the Jim Carrey yes man. I was like the no man, no man, no man, no man, and it created a certain thing in my life, and I managed or whatever. And it didn't create the big life that I desire or the great life, but it created something. And so I had that awareness, and then slowly I began to see where I was like automatically saying no to something without even letting it sort of like be there and be present with what was there. Whether it's my own idea of something, sometimes my first response is no, or hang on, I don't want to go there. It's like I don't want to get into chaos. I'd rather have order. So we tend to do that. So I would say don't beat yourself up for not always asking questions immediately, because you will, if you're requesting that of yourself, find that space where you can ask questions and to see that. So everywhere that we are out of habit or natural response, I'll say natural response, the yes man and no man of this reality, to keep the order in place and to never have the chaos of greatness that we truly be, we destroy and uncradle that times Godzillion.
Right and wrong in that fucking pot all nine shorts was and beyonds. Yeah. Or do you go into, I'm still in whatever I was talking before. When someone offers you something, are you going into your world of feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to make me feel good? Is it going to make me feel bad? Or is it going to make me feel nothing?
Mm-hmm.
What if your feeling is a way for you to go back to your past life? Yeah. What if to your past, or to create again from your past? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. When we try to create from our past, we just create the same thing again and again, maybe with a little change, a little something different.
Right.
But we don't create the life that we know that is possible for us. So everywhere you use your feeling as a guideline. And here there's a difference between the feeling and the
sense of something.
The sense of something in your awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Because we perceive something. We perceive things through the energy. And it's about when we ask questions to the universe, to consciousness, and we receive and we perceive the energy, it's different than going into our feeling. Yeah. So it's about, So everywhere you go to your feeling, to choose whatever you desire in your life, whatever will make, to choose whatever will make more or will not make more, whatever the choice you desire to make. You have a choice to make, and you go into your feeling.
Yeah.
Well, and create and destroy it all times a Godzillion.
Yes, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, what you're saying is about like choosing a little bit of change. You know, like Gary talks about consciousness light. You know, it's like light beer. You know, it's still not choosing what we desire, and it's like getting a little bit of shift, and it feels different, or differently, but it's not really the shift that we desire. And there's so much in this reality about emotions and how emotions are the king. You know, the king of this world is emotions, and how we tend to believe in that. Yeah. Yeah. Also, yeah, it's like this idea that there's something about that we must achieve in order to have the great life that we have. That we must have gone through the ringer. We must have gone through the obstacle course and rang the bell and gone through the mudslide and whatever that is and climbed the big wall. And then it's like making ourselves go through the rough and the gory of life in order to acknowledge that, okay, I've done enough punishment for myself. I've projected myself into, yeah, I've accomplished what I wanted to do, and I can now have the greatness. And what if it's not that? What if it's not about a checklist? And what if it's not about a goal, but just more about choosing that and choosing it again? And because that's the thing, it's like I can choose to be, have vulnerability or something, and 10 minutes later, I'm back into defense, or I choose vulnerability again, and then the next day I'm back into defense or rejection. And it's not about choosing it once and then, okay, now I have my great life, I'm done. It's the act of continuing to choose and choose and choose. And how we do that is by asking questions. Again, what would create this for me? What is it that I can do today that would create the lightness that I desire? What can I choose for myself today that would create whatever that is that you desire? And it's about the ongoing asking questions and being in this space of vulnerability. Because if you're in the space of vulnerability, then if I'm in the space of vulnerability, then I am honest with myself. I'm not projecting anything. I don't have any expectations about that, or I don't have any judgments or separations or rejections. When I'm in this space of true vulnerability, that I am receiving everything and I'm rejecting nothing, and I have no points of view about whatever's coming. I'm just present and there, and I'm true to myself. So the more I can be vulnerable with myself and present, just be in that space of vulnerability, the easier it is for me to get out of expectations and projections and separations. And also, when someone is doing that, offering projections and expectations or judgments to me, when I'm in this space of vulnerability, it really just doesn't stick on either part. There's nothing there for it to hang on to. So everywhere that vulnerability is the great gift to this reality that we are refusing to be, will you please destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion?
Yes, right and wrong, about Pathak, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. And I think that that I perceive here is, what is your relationship with your thoughts, feeling, and emotion? Mm-hmm. And your expectation of you and your projection, whatever is there, the energy that is there in you that keep you go back into the past again and again and creating the same thing again and again and keep you stuck. What is your relationship? The thing is, when we believe our thoughts, feeling, emotion, and conclusion and judgment and all that, we keep stuck. We keep ourselves in the same thing again and again and again. So the first thing is to acknowledge, okay, because I think this, I believe that this is my reality. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts are not you. They don't represent who you are. Your feeling, your emotion are not you. Would an infinite being have thoughts, feeling, and emotion? No. So it's not yours. So when we become more and more conscious, more and more aware, we realize what we created in the past. And maybe we can have this tendency to judge ourselves, to say, oh my God, how stupid I was. Oh my God. Anyway, anything that can comes up, like
Mm-hmm.
that can come up,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not worthy,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm not good enough. So if it's the case for you, just acknowledge, okay, this is the energy that is there. And it's not about fighting it, whatever is there, because sometimes when we resist to something or we react to a thoughts, feeling, and emotion, we just keep ourselves in the same place again and again and again.
Mm.
So it's about asking question about that. Okay, is it mine? Or does it belong to someone else? Is it possible that what I'm doing right now, the energy that I am in right now, I am about recreating something that I perceive from someone else? That could be that could be, yeah, and return to sender with consciousness attached. Is it about, the more I will judge myself, the more I will change? Because in this reality, this is how people are. Or our parents, or the society, or the school, the teacher, the preachers, the one who had authority. I'm going to judge you, and until you change, because that's the judgment that will make you change. So yeah, just be present with whatever is there. And would an infinite being choose this? That's another question. If the more you believe in the energy that you are in, well, you cannot come out of it. So did you incarcerate yourself into this as well? So yeah, those are all the kind of questions you can ask yourself, to come out of that. And what is it that I love about being this way? Because, hey, maybe you receive some gift from being this way as well. So yeah, and from keeping yourself mini-me, what if there's something that you love about that? And are you ready to let it go? So yeah, it's a lot of approaches that you can take. And that's the thing. Would an infinite being choose this? Would an infinite being choose to be not good enough, feeling not good enough, or feeling not worthy? Yeah. So no. And then when an infinite being would not choose this, and how much of this is not yours? I am right now, one of the tools that I am using right now in my life I'm going to France for 1 month. And I see that big. This is, for me, in my world, this is big. And I said, okay, what question can I ask here? And what came up for me was, where is the ease? Because there's an ease in everything in our life. And where is it? And what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to be in that ease? And what are the choices that I can make that will create that ease? And it's about being ready to let go of everything that is there that I function from. It's just about letting go, all of that, to be in that space of ease. So I invite you. So what is the ease that you refuse? That if you would allow yourself to live from or to function from, would create so much more for you. And everything that doesn't allow that, well, create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. And another question that I've been asking recently is, it's a basic question. It's a very good one, but you can also add whatever you want in there. All the projections, expectations, separations, judgments, and rejections, creating whatever that is, creating my tiny life, will you destroy and uncreate that times godzillion? Or creating the difficulty I'm having with my life, whatever, and destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, line, shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, well, it's about that thing about, it's all about what I like about it. It's all about reinventing, recreating the relationship we have with ourselves here. It's all about looking at, okay, what kind of relationship I have with my thoughts, with my feeling, with my emotion, and how much do I hold on to them, and how much do I identify with them, and how much I incarcerated myself into them. To if we really desire to shift, change our reality, I think it's one of the places where we have to look at, okay, it's that, and there are many other things as well, but I think it's one of the things that, well, for me, I looked at, because I was so attached to my emotion. I was identifying myself so much to my emotion and my feeling. And the thought, too, at the beginning, when I began to become more aware, I thought that I was my thought. And by letting go of my thought, I had to letting go of who I was, which is not true. So, and this notion of infinite being, of who we truly be, where we don't have thoughts, feeling, and emotion, for me created so much ease in my life. Hey, I don't have to hold on to any of that. And if I hold on to it, it's about asking questions. And it's about destroying and everything, whatever is there. And everything that doesn't allow you to become aware of all these energies that are present in your universe that will create so much more ease for you to destroy and create the limitation that you created in all your lifetime. Well, create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, line, shorts, boys and beyonds. That's a good one for receiving. Also, what do you make so valuable, vital, and real that keeps you from the receiving that you're refusing, that could create the great life that you could be choosing, and everything that doesn't allow that, destroy and uncreate all that times godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good, bad, pot, pocket, line, shorts, boys and beyonds. And the magical question in Access lately, what chaos can you instill that will allow you to receive from the universe, to receive greater, to receive you totally? Yeah. And everything that doesn't allow that will, create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, line, shorts, boys and beyonds.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're about receiving.
Yeah, how much chaos can you instill that will allow me? Can you instill that will allow you to have a total receiving with ease, with no point of view?
Everything that doesn't allow that, destroy, uncreate all that times godzillion.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, line, shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
New time, new setting, new lighting in our surroundings.
It's cool.
Very
I like it.
So, thanks again, and join us next time. And we'll see you later on.
Thanks
for
everyone.
listening. Please give us a honk of support by subscribing, commenting, and sharing the show with your friends. Or, if you didn't like the show, please share it with your enemies.
Thanks everyone.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.